Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Lore Pod Podcast. I've been your host, Dakota Morgan, coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're going to be diving into a little bit of the Marvel Comics. This is in honor of the Fantastic Four premiering in theaters, the official MCU edition of the Fantastic Four, and might I say, maybe the most loyal to the comics one. And I shall say that, too, as being a huge fan of the Fox ones, 1 and 2. Despite what it did to Galactus. But we're not here to talk about that, folks. What we are here to talk about is some of the history and fun facts about the Fantastic Four. A little bit of the origins of it, though. Stan Lee was asked back in the day by his publisher to make a team book, and this was ordered to combat the Justice League of America by DC Comics. But Stan Lee, being the great writer that he was and creator, wanted to make more of a difference with his team. He didn't want the same old things, secret identities and such. So he made a team without secret identities was his goal, and he also wanted to make one where the girl wasn't a damsel in distress and could hold her own against the men, and wanted one with a family dynamic. Thus, the Fantastic Four was born. Reed Richards, of course, Mr. Fantastic with the stretchy powers, Sue Storm with invisibility and force shield making abilities, both of whom are in a relationship, and of course Johnny Storm, the younger brother of Sue. Ben Grimm, a very experienced test pilot and best friends, of course, to Reed. They did first appear in Fantastic Four #1 in November of 1961. So FF have been around for a very, very long time. And if you didn't know, their name is actually the Marvel's first family. One of the many little nicknames for him. Now, a little bit of the origins. Reed was the first scientist to build a ship that can go past the moon. And of course, the 60s, they're like, hell yeah, let's do this. This man is going to beat the commies. His team, though, consisted of Sue, John, Ben, and him. And during this time, they built the rocket, but the government, due to the budget cuts, probably Vietnam, was going to be shutting down the rocket. So what they decided to do, they did the most scientifically ethical thing, and they snuck aboard the damn ship. They snuck aboard and wanted to do the research. They wanted to do the science, and they wanted to prove that it was fine. And they snuck on, went into space, and their calculations were on a little bit, so they got caught in the cosmic ray storm, which gave them all their powers. And as soon as they got to Earth, they started to develop them, and they decided to form a team in order to do some good. Well, thus, the Fantastic Four was born. Now, their headquarters, though, is, of course, going to be the Baxter Building. The Avengers have Avengers Mansion, Avengers Tower, and of course, do we count the cosmic entity that was once an Avengers base too in the recent comics? Maybe, I guess we can count that. But besides recent comic craziness, we're looking at the Baxter Building, which is a skyscraper, and imagine Area 51 times fucking 2 is what this is. Reed uses it to do scientific experiments. It's the home headquarters to the FF, where they eat, sleep, live, and all that stuff. And of course, Reed, though, beefs it up with super scientific sci-fi technology, which includes Herbie, their little robot, and you were going to see Herbie coming up here in the new upcoming movie. He's kind of got this retro design shit to him. He helps him out around. He's kind of like the Kelex of the Fantastic Four. He assists him. He helps him out. Danger appears. He tries to defend them. He's a fun comedic kind of relief even in the books. And I can't wait to see Herbie. If they kill Herbie, I swear to God, I'll be a little bit mad. Some of the inventions, though, invented by Reed, of course, and I think we're going to see it in the new movie, is the Fantastic Car. A car that can fly, go into space, all this different shit like that. And it can also split into 4 different pieces, and each can individually be controlled by a member of the Fantastic Four. Most notably, though, he created the unstable molecules. Now, what does the unstable molecules do? Well, they are unstable molecules, and he puts them in the suits, which allows the suits to form with each person's powers. Ben, it's allowed to stretch around him and such because of his rocky skin. Sue can go invisible with her. Reed stretch with him. Johnny allows him to go flame on with his fire powers there and not burn it up. He does use this, though, to help create a lot of superhero costumes in the next 30, 40 years since they've been around. Unstable molecules is the quick, easiest fucking way to say your suit survives. Now, of course, Reed himself does do a little bit of some bullshit, because Reed, we should quickly say, in case you didn't see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and you saw one on there, Reed is involved in even the main comics continuity, Illuminati, which consisted of him, Professor X, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Iron Man, Namor, just to name a few. And they caught up to some crazy-ass shit that also allowed Hulk to invade in World War Hulk. We'll cover that at a different time. Reed and Sue, though, of course, are known to be a couple, and they were always kind of dating and such, on and off sort of thing. But they officially got married in the Fantastic Four Annual #3 in 1965. After this, they actually had a baby boy named Franklin Richards, one of their 2 kids. But they later found out that Franklin actually had powers, and wasn't just like a random person with powers. He was actually a mutant. Cue the X-Men. Ooh, the X-Men actually hold him in high regard. Now, what could he do? He had psionic powers. Of course, why not? but he also had reality manipulation powers. And in recent books, Franklin has been known to create his own universes, populate them with intelligent civilizations and sentient beings and things. Like, he basically is a god, which is wild. The team, though, did, of course, Reed included, founded the Future Foundation, a group of public intelligence super people, and of course, as intelligent people in general, who put good into the world for science and for humanity. Now, the Human Torch, though, did one time die due to a hole in stopping an invasion or a portal sort of thing. But of course, it's not going to stay dead forever, and he did come back. When Galactus, the giant purple and blue humanoid world eater that you're about to see coming up in the movie, when he did invade, they had a weapon called the Ultimate Nullifier. And, well, it was a weapon they stole from him, and it was the ability to destroy everything in the universe, including Galactus. And what did they do? Well, Reed decided to threaten Galactus and say, hey, if you try to eat Earth, I will turn it on. And he even knew that would destroy them and such too. So Galactus was like, hell nah, and backed away and such. But he had returned later on, of course, a few different other times. And most notably, too, the movies did do this in the old Fox movies, but Doctor Doom was not on the ship with the Fantastic Four when they got their powers. He was in Latveria doing Latverian things. And, of course, we're going to see Doctor Doom here coming up here very soon. So that's a little bit of the Fantastic Four. So hopefully you enjoyed getting a little bit of hit backstory here, a couple little fun little snippets from the mainline comics, and much more. If you enjoyed this episode of LorePod, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to the podcast. Follow me on X, Dakota Morgan 3, Instagram at Dakota_Morgan97, Twitch, of course, and everything like that, and all these down in the description box down below. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And, of course, as always, remember, stay creative, everyone.